President Biden asked you to meet with him. He didn't make any preconditions. Were you surprised?
Нет.
No. We have a bilateral relationship that has deteriorated to what is the lowest point in recent years. However, there are matters that need a certain amount of synchronization of clocks and identification and determination of mutual positions, so that matters that are of mutual interest can be dealt with in an efficient and effective way in the interests of both the United States and Russia.
You once described President Trump as a bright person, talented. How would you describe President Biden?
Ну, я сейчас считаю, что...
Well, even now, I believe that former U.S. President Mr. Trump is an extraordinary individual, talented individual. Otherwise, he would not have become U.S. President. You may like him or not, and right, he didn't come from the U.S. establishment. He had not been part of big-time politics before, and some like it, some don't like it, but that is a fact. President Biden, of course, is radically different from Trump because President Biden is a professional. He has spent virtually his entire adulthood in politics. He has been doing it for a great deal of years, and I have already said that, and that is an obvious fact. Just think of the number of years he spent in the Senate and how many years he was in charge of international politics and disarmament, virtually at the expert level. That's a different kind of person, and it is my great hope that, yes, there are some advantages, some disadvantages, but there will not be any impulse-based movements on behalf of the U.S. President, that we will be able to comply with certain rules of engagement, certain rules of communications, and we'll be able to find points of contact and touch points.
Yeah, you're a religious man. President Biden is saying he told you to your face you don't have a soul.
Я такого не помню.
I do not remember this.
He says
Maybe
it was
there's
about,
something
it was
wrong with
10
my
years
memory.
ago. 10 years ago when he was vice president, he says.
У него хорошая память.
Well, he probably has a good memory. I do not rule this out, but I don't remember this. In personal encounters, people try to act appropriately. I do not remember any inappropriate elements of behavior on the part of my counterparts. I don't think that anything like that has happened. Perhaps he did say something, but I do not remember.
The late John McCain in Congress called you a killer. When President Trump was told that you are a killer, he didn't deny it. When President Biden was asked whether he believes you are a killer, he said, I do. Mr. President, are you a killer?
Послушайте меня.
Look,
Я привык за время своей работы к атакам с разных сторон.
over my tenure, I've gotten used to attacks from all kinds of angles and from all kinds of areas, under all kinds of pretexts and reasons and of different caliber and fierceness, and none of it surprises me. People with whom I work and with whom we argue, we are not bride and groom. We don't swear everlasting love and friendship. We are partners, and in some areas we are rivals or competitors. As far as harsh rhetoric, I think that this is an expression of overall U.S. culture. Of course, in Hollywood, because we mentioned Hollywood at the beginning of our conversation, there are some underlying deep things in Hollywood, macho, which can be treated as cinematographic art, but that is part of U.S. Political culture where it's considered normal. By the way, not here. It is not considered normal here.
I don't think I heard you answer the question, the direct question,
Ответил.
Mr. President.
I did answer. I will add, if you let me. I have heard dozens of such accusations, especially during the period of some grave events during our counter-terrorism efforts in North Caucasus. And when it happens, I'm always guided by the interests of the Russian people and Russian state. And sentiments in terms of who calls somebody whom, what kind of labels, this is not something I worry about in the least.